Welcome to section 2.4. This is the 15th session of the ISACA CISA exam prep series. In this session, we'll cover how to map the shape of your technology. We'll work through several questions. What is enterprise architecture, and why bother with it? How does the classic framework organize everything? Can you build it from technology or from business processes? What other frameworks exist? And what should an auditor do with it? Why does this matter beyond the exam? Because modern technology estates get tangled fast. Picture a bank that has bolted on systems for 20 years. Nobody can say how it all connects anymore. When leaders want to invest, they are guessing in the dark. A clear architecture turns that fog into a map. And a map is something you can actually audit against. So what is enterprise architecture, and why bother? It is a structured way to document your technology assets. It captures how the pieces fit in an organized form. That makes the estate easier to understand and manage. It also supports smarter planning for investment. Leaders can see how new spending will ripple through the environment, and they can judge the returns or losses on what they put in. Think of it as the master blueprint for everything digital. How does the classic framework organize everything? The pioneering approach compared building systems to constructing a building. When you put up a building, you move from abstract to physical. You start with a concept, then blueprints, then wiring diagrams. Technology works the same way. You use different artifacts at growing levels of detail. Diagrams, models, and finally working code. Different people get involved at different stages. The framework lays this out as a grid of cells. One axis is the perspectives, from scope down to detail. The other covers data, function, network, people, process, and timing. The goal is to fill in every cell of that grid. Most enterprises struggle to complete the top level at first. Can you build it from a technology angle? Yes, and that is one of two starting points. The technology view tackles the hard platform choices. When should you use one development environment over another? How do you connect systems inside and across organizations? Should you keep a function in-house or outsource it? And when do solutions like virtualization or cloud make sense? Picture an insurer deciding whether to move claims processing to the cloud. The technology view frames exactly that kind of decision. Or can you start from business processes instead? Absolutely, and that is the other entry point. Here you map the core value-adding processes first. You understand the parts and the technology beneath them. Then you redesign and replace pieces to improve the business. You map those processes to the top rows of the framework. Once that is done, you choose the best mix of technology to support them. So one path starts with the wiring, the other with the work. What other frameworks exist? The pioneering grid is not the only option. One widely used framework gives a high-level method for designing and governing architecture. Another focuses specifically on security architecture. You do not need to memorize their inner details. Just know they offer structured, proven ways to organize the same problem. So what should an auditor do with the architecture? Treat whatever framework the enterprise chose as your main reference. When you audit infrastructure and operations, follow that map. Then check two things. Do the systems actually line up with the architecture? And does that architecture serve the enterprise objectives? If systems have drifted away from the blueprint, that is your finding. So let's bring it together. Enterprise architecture documents your technology so you can plan and invest wisely. The classic framework lays it out as a grid to fill, cell by cell. You can build it from the technology side or the business process side. Other frameworks offer the same structure with different emphasis. And as the auditor, you follow the chosen map and confirm the systems fit it. Hold this and complex estates stop being a mystery. The MCQs covering all the topics and concepts from this session are available on RooCloud.com. Practice the chapter-specific MCQs before moving on to the next session. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions or feedback, post a comment below or email us. I will see you in the next session.